Hey y'all, this is the collector on the corner, and there's the collector.
Well, I'm fixing to unload this little tractor. And I wanted to show y'all this. This is a tilt-top trailer. And what holds this down keeps it from tipping. That's tapered, and there's an extra piece of angle in there, and that just keeps it tight. I bought this old trailer down at the salvage yard, scrap yard. That's gonna cut it up for short steel. I give old boy $200 for it. That house trailer axle's under it. And every time I use that tire trouble, and I found a place where I could buy brand new hubs, bearings, studs, lug nuts, and the whole 9 yards to put 6-hole Chevrolet wheels on it. I bought them, and then I bought 4. I paid $200 for them, for 4 of them. And then I bought 4 tires and wheels at auction, 16-inch split rims, the heavy tires on them, $200. So I got $600 that's gonna take. Six-sounding truck. And the pullet, it's got a big pin. And I welded up this big heavy hitch there back when I could weld. I welded that up where it wouldn't come off my trailer. It's my receiver.
Yes, I can
see. I made that piece right there.
Yes, I can see.
But anyway, this trailer got an extra long tongue. And it pulls so good when you go down the road, you'll forget you got it behind you. But anyway, I want to brag on my trailer a little.
Okay.
Okay.
You're the only one.
We're going to walk around here just a second before I get started.
Okay.
Somebody in the comments suggested going bucket to bucket to push this on there. But the thing is, this tractor has got 0 hydraulic pressure on it.
Oh, okay.
This cylinder here, this cylinder here, there's nothing to keep that from flopping up and down.
Oh.
And the only thing that's holding that bucket up was we had picked it up and put a ratchet strap on it to hold it up.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but that's the reason that bucket was the way it was.
Okay.
Okay. Before I pull on it, Debbie can film from up here. Come on up here.
Okay. Oh, you don't want me to get killed?
We're going to talk about something else.
Oh! He moved my log.
Yeah, I moved Debbie's
He
log.
moved my log.
Somebody suggested I take my YouTube money and buy an electric winch. Well, YouTube don't pay you nothing until you get 1,000 subscribers, and we're there, and they started paying us. And I looked a while ago, and we got $30.05. And Debbie gets $15.05 of that. So for $15, I couldn't buy a winch. But I don't have to. If you look right here, there's a big, heavy $500 electric winch. And I put a brand new electric motor on it. There's another electric winch right there.
Oh my gosh, why are you showing everybody?
Anyway, well,
So then,
and the reason I don't use them. Well, we got one. The boys got one that's mounted on a receiver. You can plug it into like a receiver hitch on the back of that truck. And he's got a receiver on the front of his trailer. He hooks it to. But you got to lift around on about a 100-pound winch and then carry a 40, 50-pound battery around. And
I carry one all the time. It's called my purse.
yeah, well, anyway. And you be using them. If you use them very hard, it saps the battery. And nothing will kill a battery faster than running it down without something charging it while you're running it down. I've killed more batteries with a darn electric winch than I hate to say. And I just soon use 2 snatch blocks and a cable.
Oh, you're old school. Just
Well,
say
me
it.
and Debbie been doing that for years, moving stuff with snatch block. We moved a house trailer, a 14 by 54 house trailer up half a mountainside with snatch blocks and a 40,000-pound winch on the back, PTO-driven winch on the back of that Ford truck.
Yes,
We moved a lot of stuff with winches.
Yes,
We ain't no stranger to winches, and we ain't no stranger to snatch blocks. And electric winch wouldn't have loaded that trailer any better yesterday because the brakes was locked up. We finally got the brakes unfroze and it come right off. But I didn't bring both my snatch blocks. I've got two.
I know there's a.
I got more than two.
I know.
I got two real good.
I see one right there hiding.
Right here, I got this one here. This is a good one too.
This is good old American steel.
Yeah, I've had these.
Yes.
I've had these since, maybe before me and Debbie was buried.
Yes, look at that.
And I don't even remember where I got
Good
them.
old American steel, built by real men.
Well, there's another snatch block up on the top of the boom poles on the wrecker,
Yep.
on that old boom truck.
Yep.
And there's some more around here. I've got some
Okay.
more, smaller ones.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway,
Look at that, the prettiest thing on this truck.
and the trouble we had yesterday,
Yes, the trouble we had yesterday.
I was starting out with a different cable.
Oh, different cable.
And I didn't have enough cable clamps, and I only had one on there, and it slipped. So I just tied a knot in, had him pull it, and that knot will hold more than a cable clamp anyway.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
cost as much either.
I know. I've tried to get the knots out of my grandchildren's shoes. Man, alive,
But anyway,
they're pretty stout.
and then after we pulled it off on one end,
Look.
we had to put a knot in the other end.
Oh boy.
That's pretty green cable. It ain't too rusty. in
Oh
that.
no, it's green. I can tell
Yeah.
it. No, it's silver. He's crazy.
So, I'm going to load this up. I got one more thing I want to show, though,
Okay.
that I've used a lot. Might help somebody.
He's used it a lot, and it might help somebody. He's still got these boards to move. My little car don't like bouncing over boards. Okay, I know what
I've
that
got
is.
two of these giant come-alongs.
Yes.
They call them a power puller,
Uh-huh.
and they was made for a rope. But I use a cable in it.
Wow.
And you can take that and put a snatch block
That's
in
good
it.
old American steel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cast steel. Is what that is. That's not cast iron. It's cast steel.
Real old if
But I
you
got a
put
pair of
rope
them.
in it.
I got
Too
another one
many
just like
crickets.
this one.
Uh-huh.
And I put tough straps on it and everything, just keep it from getting unwound and
Uh-huh.
steady.
So I could wrap that around you and you
Mm.
couldn't get loose?
Yep. But them work pretty good.
Okay.
I've used them to winch cars and stuff up on the trailer. And it don't hurt nobody to do a little bit of work.
No.
That's the trouble with most people. They don't get out and actually do any real hard work and, exert themselves. They want to do it with their fingertips
Yes.
or from the back of a machine,
I know.
We used to have a neighbor guy, and all his family said he'll work hard as anybody. He's the hardest worker around, as long as he can do it from the back seat of a machine. But you put him on the ground to do it with his hands, he does such a terrible job, you never ask him to do anything ever again.
Yes. I don't know who you're talking about, but I believe you.
Anyway,
Okay,
so I unsnatched that.
get back to your
And I got it
undoing.
hooked to the OM,
Uh-huh.
and I'm hoping this bucket don't catch on this slip right here.
You better grease it.
You know what? No, I'm gonna do something.
Yes.
I got something.
Oh, he's got something in mind.
I believe I put this little right there. Help
Yes.
that jump that lip.
No, we'll find out. Okay, what do you call your tractor? Oh, let's just call her Betsy for now. I guess could call her Old Red. Okay, come on! Oh, come on, honey bunny, and I'm gonna back up a little bit. Oh, Oh! Did you take it out of gear? Did you leave it in gear, you buzzard? Yep, he left it in gear.
Transmission hole!
Yeah! Oh, God. You guys didn't see that because the collector never goobers up. His nickname is Never Goobers Up. Now he forgets. Okay, now haul it around back. Get it out of the yard. Oh. Whoa, Nelly Bozo. I'm sorry, I kind of jumped back. Uh-oh, it unchained. Come to unchain. Yes, well, you didn't have to worry about it catching up the trailer.
Try again.
Oh, you can do it. Okay. Wonder which way it's going to head. It doesn't have a good direction thing. Oh, that was too easy. Yay! Okay, turn off. Oh, maybe that's a Poppin' John. That's what it sounded like.
Another thing we had was this yesterday.
Yes, another.
It's right here.
Okay.
You look down there. See all them chains and stuff?
Yes'm.
The hydraulic steering on this will not turn.
Oh, no.
And the wheels wasn't going to stay straight, so I chained them wheels straight.
So that works.
I straightened
for
them up
me.
and then I chained it from both sides or changed on the other side too.
Uh-huh. Well, great. It come off pretty good.
Okay, I want to talk about these tractors a little bit.
Okay.
This is a Terraplane. But
It's
what it is,
a
it's
terror?
Terraplane. Terraplane.
Terraplane. Terraplane. Okay, go on.
The trouble with these, this is a
I made him lose his train of thought.
This is actually a 354 dong fin, and they put different fiberglass and stuff on them and called them different stuff.
It's awesome.
It's got a Coker loader, pretty good loader.
Got a koi.
But the problem with these is,
Yes?
it's just
oh,
like,
it's American made. My
Yeah.
baby
no,
is
it ain't
American.
The
It
Coker
says
is,
American
yeah.
made.
The loader is.
Okay.
Years ago, there was a guy here in town who was a case dealer.
Yes'm.
And he sold, back when they made the little VAC cases and stuff like that, he sold them. And then later on, he lost his case dealership.
Uh-huh.
And he got a dealership for long tractors. Blue.
I remember.
Name them Long.
I remember.
And they was good. And they was priced about 25% of what somebody could go buy a new International or a John Deere or something for. And he sold a lot of them. Everybody going on, and they said, well, he's going to be in business, blah, blah, blah. And he worked on them, fixed them. Well, this guy bought a pretty good sized one.
Uh-huh.
New.
Yes'm.
Well, he used it and got pretty good service out of it. Using logwoods,
Okay, but...
it started burning oil.
Uh-huh.
So in the wintertime, his help couldn't, when it's too wet to log or whatever, he'd always have them work on stuff. He brought that tractor and them had to take that engine all apart. And he was going to put everything in it, new sleeves, pistons, and everything. And he went down there, and that guy was no longer a Long dealer. And he could never find no parts for that tractor. They searched all over the country for parts for that tractor. So he greased it up, pushed it outside, and never could find couldn't even find a set of piston rings for it. He found a set of gaskets, I think.
Okay.
And finally, what happened to it, he pulled the tires and wheels off of it and hauled it down to Shannon Salvage, and they've hauled it off It turned into scrap bar. Couldn't find parts. Okay, there's a guy on the internet. A lot of y'all watch his videos. His name's Crazy D's Equipment.
Yeah, Crazy D.
He's out there in Newton, Kansas.
Crazy D.
And he said, if you ever go buy a Terraplane, I'm going to give you some good advice.
Don't.
He has got one of these. Starts and runs perfect. The hydraulics work good and everything, but the clutch is out of it.
Oh, I thought maybe.
And he hasn't not been able to find a clutch for it.
Oh, Jesus.
So that's what he said the last time I heard him talk about it.
Put a different motor and
No,
rear
he
end
said
and transmission
he was
in
going
it?
to pull. It's like this one. He said the last time I heard him say anything on his channel about it, he said he's going to take the loader off and take the tires and wheels off and let his buddy Joe haul it off for scrap.
Oh, then why did you bring this thing home if it's a scrapper?
Well, I bought this tractor from some people that bought it new. And he told me what he wanted for it, what he'd like to have, and then he said I would take $1,500 for it. So it runs, so I went over and paid him $1,500 cash for it. And they was all grinning and laughing while I drove off.
Because they knew
And
they
I drove home,
found a sucker.
and by the time it warmed up, the hydraulics wouldn't lift the bucket. Well, it turned out that the cylinders was bypassing in here, and when the fluid got thin, my son rebuilt these cylinders. And my son come by and wondered, so he'd give me my money back for it. And then it pooped out on him, and it sat there, and he's more or less give it to me.
That's because he's smart. He bought him a new tractor.
He didn't like looking at his backyard.
I know, because
And he told me to come get it.
it's got lichens all over it.
And do what I wanted with it.
I think he said burn it. Wasn't that his? I've got some tannerite.
She does. The kids give her a can of tannerite.
Not that big, but I got me
It's
some
about half a quart.
smaller, yeah. But anyway, I got
tannerite.
some tannerite, so now I know what to do with this sucker.
Well, if nothing else,
Uh-huh.
I can take this loader off and put on that little 301A John Deere. It's got real good hydraulics.
Okay.
And it's got power steering, and it'd make a good little loader tractor. If nothing else, I could do that.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, I'm going to try and get it running. It's a little 3-cylinder diesel. And they're good when they're good.
Uh-huh.
But when they go bad...
Just like me. I'm good when I'm good, but when
you have problems
I
with
get ticked, I get ticked.
If you have problems with it, you're going to pay $75 an hour for some
That's right.
mechanic.
You're having problems with me.
Well, you're going to have to pay $75 an hour for somebody to work on it for you.
That's right.
But at least that's what they charge over here. And
My
then
nose is itching,
you're
sorry.
going to pay through the nose for the parts. You're going to pay a fortune for any parts you need for it if you can even get it. And that's the trouble with these.
Okay.
But, you know.
Well, you got plenty of free lichens.
Anyway, so the
You
boy...
got it home.
The boy had a new truck. He paid a lot of
So-
money for it.
So,
And it got in a hailstorm.
yeah.
And when it got in a hailstorm, it was damaged.
Oh, yeah.
And the insurance paid him a big bunch of money for that hail damage. And so he went down and he bought that little tractor you seen the other day with the backhoe attachment and all that. The only thing he didn't get
Was. He
he
did.
didn't get 3-point lift linkage.
Oh, well, maybe.
So he robbed the 3-point lift off of this and put on his tractor.
I don't blame him. I would have too. Okay.
But anyway,
That's our tractor video.
yeah, that's our Terraplane video.
Oh.
You know. There's your caution deal.
I know. Then why'd you put it in the yard? I told you to keep going.
What?
Take it and just keep
That
going.
log?
No,
Oh,
this here
I'm
tractor.
I'm fixing to pull it around back.
And then you can take that pickup truck and that pickup
Yeah, I was
truck
gonna
and
move
that
them
pickup
pickup
truck
trucks
and
on
that
them. You
pickup
put
truck
battery- that blue
and
one's
those
nothing-
tractors and all
There's
this
nothing wrong with that
junk.
blue one, it'll start and run and everything.
Well, then drive it around back.
Yeah, I can.
And
Well,
that
maybe I'll drive it around
that
here.
eyesore right there that's
I was going to drive it down here and
dropping
load
children
some of
like
this stuff
crazy.
up
Yes.
in the bed.
Do you know whose junk that is?
Mine.
Uh-huh.
I put it there.
But you're
know.
encroaching on my property.
Me and Debbie had an agreement, and I will tell this on myself. The agreement was that I could have all the junk I
Yeah,
wanted.
all the junk he
As
wants.
long as I kept it behind. I wasn't supposed to bring anything around front. And the only one I've stayed with is she had a deal that no car parts or anything inside the house.
And I sometimes,
And
occasionally
I
have.
brought stuff in and worked on the
Yeah,
kitchen
he
table.
started chainsaws in my house to see if they run.
Yeah, this lady, I was working for this people, and this lady, she's a nice lady, had a bunch of boys, and they didn't have a shop or nothing. She said in the cold weather, she said a lot of times the boys would come in and work on their chainsaws at the kitchen table. And Debbie said, I don't mind that so much. But when he starts that sucker up inside the house, that's where I get mad.
Yeah. Yes. Yup, he won't even go outside to start it up. He's got to start it up at the...
Well, you know, I didn't have my warm clothes on.
Well,
It was
I'm
cold
so glad
outside.
you didn't decide to see if it sawed and sawed the kitchen table in two. You could have done that, I reckon.
Anyway,
Anyway,
we got home safe and sound yesterday, and it got unloaded safe and sound.
yes.
And it's not going to steer.
And it's not dangerous.
And I started to use that little John Deere to pull it, but being it ain't going to steer, I'm going to have to jerk it around sideways, and I thought I'd just well use that M.
Yep.
That M pulled that off her at idle.
You know, we could have put it right there and opened the gate and unloaded it and let it go across the road and land in the ditch.
Go down over that ditch into that
Yeah.
creek.
And then it'd been someone else's problem.
Right over on the other side of the highway,
There's a
about 10
creek.
feet.
I know.
10 feet, there's a big creek.
I know.
Well,
But anyway,
I got a story I want to
Oh.
tell. There's a big creek right there.
yeah, big creek.
And it meanders on down through there.
Yes, it meanders.
Flatlands to the river.
Yes, it
River's
does.
down there about 3 miles.
Uh-huh.
And down the river, down the road about 2 miles, we had some land down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a horse down there. Mm-hmm. And it was raining and all that and
I think you
everything.
done
And Debbie
Uh-huh.
told me, she said,
It's raining quite a bit.
you better go down there and get old Buck. He's down on that overflow. He'll wash away. And I said, I'll go down and get him in the morning when you get up. She's working Walmart. When you get up and get ready to go leave for work, I'll go get him. And she got up, and it was still dark out. And she woke me up. She said, I don't think you'll go down there and get old Buck. She said, why is that? She said, the river's right out here on the highway. And we had one of them 100-year floods. Yes. And the river was right there at the edge of the highway.
Yeah.
So I got in my truck and I couldn't cross the bridge, and that road flooded out down yonder. I had to go all the way up to Dalton, go down the Oak Ridge Central Road and come back around the back side, and I got as close as I could, parked over at the churchyard. And there's a ridge up there, 450-foot high hill. I walked that ridge and come all the way back down right that ridge about 2 miles on foot, and walked on down there, and there old Buck was, and he was in the highest corner of that pasture, had his head up, water way up on his neck. He's right up there against that barbed wire fence. And I had a pair of pliers with me. And I went down there and cut that barbed wire, and when I cut that barbed wire, he launched up there in the road, and the road was dry up there just a little ways there. He stood there in the road a little bit. I started walking back up there and was going to follow the ridge back around. And old Buck took off running. And we had a house we used to live on over there, and he'd been there a lot, and that didn't flood. And he run around that curve there by what they call the leap, and the road was flooded.
Yeah.
He just dove right on that and just kept on swimming. So I walked the ridge all the way around. And then I come down the ridge, and old Buck had swum 2 or 3 times to get there, and he was standing in Miss Judy's yard. Nice lady. She's one of them ladies that real animal
Lover.
lovers, you know. She never had no children, and she places animals on the same level as humans all the time. And she was out there with she had a donkey and horses and stuff. She knew all about them. And she was out there with a curry comb and a brush, and she was brushing the mud off old Buck. And I come up there in the yard, and I told her, yeah, he was standing there with just his head above water. And she's furious with me. I mean, this lady's wanting to beat me up.
Well, I wanted to beat you down.
Anyway, she's mad at me. And she said, yeah, I said, he had his head up high enough, he didn't drown. I said, but I don't know where that pony went. And I had to move away from her because she was ready to curry comb on me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the pony was down here.
Yeah.
We had this little old pony about that high, and the pony was down here. But I just thought I'd get her going.
The pony's name was Stinky, and trust me, she was a stinkweed all the way.
That horse was, you could kind of ride that horse. And I carried a halter and lead rope.
Okay, collect. This is the.
Well, let me go on. I carried a halter and lead rope with me.
Yeah,
I
but
put that halter on, run that lead rope on him. I bolted up on his back, gonna ride him another quarter mile
yeah,
down
but
our
you've
place.
unhinged your jaw, and you don't know when to stop.
She said, "What's that horse's name?" And I said, "He ain't got no name." I'd heard this in a guy say this in a western. I'd been waiting to try it on somebody. I said, "He ain't got no name." Well, why ain't he got no name? I said, "Lady, I ain't gonna put a name on something that I might get hungry this winter and have to kill it and eat it." But she was a nice lady.
You better be glad she didn't carry a gun.
Yeah.
You'd have been.
But I got her dander up that day.
Yeah, you got her goat.
Yeah, I got her dander up that day. But that old horse could swim all right.
Okay, well, back to the tractor and I know you wanna.
Well, go on.
You wanna.
Tell what you gonna tell.
You wanna.
I'll shut my jabber jaws.
Yeah, he likes to. He likes to jabber, so if you come by.
Hey, I like them comments, even them ones telling me I don't know what I'm doing and all that. Man, I love to argue and present my side of the.
I don't argue. I just get the orange skillet and give him some whaps.
You know what she says?
She
said, "I don't argue. Hitting's quicker."
Yeah, hitting's quicker. I had
faster.
I had brothers. But anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. And Randy, what do you say?
Please like and subscribe, and goodbye and good luck to y'all.
And thank y'all for watching. And there was nothing dangerous about it. It's just redneck hillbilly ways.
Yeah, everybody does things a little differently.
Yeah, we could do it the fancy pants ways, but we just do it the old-fashioned way, the way we've done it for 50 years.
Yeah.
But anyway, please like and subscribe and comment below, and share and tell all your friends, and y'all have the bestest of days. And this is Friday. I finally know what day of the week it is. It's Friday and it's the weekend. So y'all have a great weekend. And this is Debbie saying y'all have a great weekend. Bye.